Hey kids! Hello everyone! Welcome to the class of G Square. How are you guys? Yeah, the chat is on. You can talk to me. Hi Dr. Veenu. Hi Veenu. Everybody can chat with me in this chat box. Come on guys, say hello. Everybody, Nana. Okay, we have Abhishek, Sakshi, Sanika, Mahalakshmi, Shashwati, Pooja. Okay, Shohini. Hi, Shohini. It is so good to see you here. So good to see you. Ma'am is trying to adjust a little bit on her chair, getting more comfortable. Hi, Kinjal. Hi, Pratima. It is so good to see you. Archie, Varuna, Tarun, Jasjeet, Samb. Oh, wow. Okay, Sharvani. We have Karthik, Tanush, Febin, Athar. I think a lot of students are joining in. It's just been 30 seconds up and already we have crossed the century students here. Shreya, Khushi, Vishwa, Sanjana, Sneha. Everybody, hello and welcome to the G Square class. Welcome to the G Square class. Namaskaram. I am so good to see you all. So before I start with the session, there are few things that I really want to know from you students so that हम बहुत better understanding कर सके. ठीक है? So are you ready to answer few little questions so that we become more comfortable in the class, because comfort level is very important with the teacher and students. So first of all, which language you people prefer more, English or Hindi? So it is like I'm doing some poll here so that I can know that how many students prefer only English and only Hindi. Yes. So this is a thing that how a teacher can know her students, right? Yes, both. Absolutely. So I think there should be a one more option. Let's do one more option here. It is called English, because I can see most of the students are writing this in the chat box. Yes, come on, guys. So what is it? So we will see what maximum students want. Then I will use preferably more of English and little bit comparatively less of Hindi, because I know there are a lot of students who strictly want English. So I have to see that every student understand everything in my class. Right, Saurabh? Right, Athar? Varun? Febin? Danish? Yes. So it is just a way to know that what my student exactly want, but you have to participate quickly. No laziness in the G square class. First thing, the rule of the first class is that no laziness in G square class. Everybody has to be super active just like G square. Yes, fill yourself with a lot of energy, get a cup of tea or get a glass of glucose, whatever, but full energy. Yes. So I think 95% students have already answered here. So let me see what my students exactly want. 1, 2, 3, 4, and go. Hi, Sujit. I'm very good, Shubhangi. So 70% of the class says yes. 70% of the class says English we want. But here I can see there are students who want English more. Okay. So noted, boss. Yes. So this point noted. Boss, yes, absolutely. Okay, everybody, what you do, if you find any problem with respect to screen, please refresh your page. Please refresh your page once. Everybody refresh your page, because once I start teaching, then I cannot take a lot of breaks, bacha, because since it is a crash course, we have to complete the entire syllabus. Okay. And the next thing we have Mohsin sir. Can you see below your window that question answer panel? Can you see this option there, question answer panel? Everybody, can you see this option, question and answer panel? Yes, tell me. So in this panel, you are always allowed to ask doubts. Okay, Mohsin sir will help you to solve all your doubts, but all your doubts. Mohsin sir will help you out in this. Okay, yes. So let us start करें. Shall we start the session? क्या कहते हो बच्चा? करें start G square के साथ. चलो let us start. I think पूरा क्लास भर चुका है, loaded हो गया है क्लास बहुत सारे बच्चों से already. So let's start now. Okay. So एक बार मैं भी refresh कर लेती हूँ. You should also refresh. Everybody refresh. मैं भी refresh कर रही हूँ. आपको भी refresh. Right? Yes. Chalo, let's start. today's session. So we are going to start digestion and absorption. Digestion and absorption. Okay. So what is the first chapter that we are going to do? Human physiology. Now, before I take human physiology, let me tell you some very important aspects of human physiology, that why human physiology is extremely important for NEET exam. क्यों ये इतना important है NEET exam के लिए, ठीक है? Human physiology, almost every year, from 7 chapters, near about 16 to 18 questions are there. 16 to 18 questions are there from human physiology, which is extremely important. So here you can calculate 18 into 4. This much of number marks are based on this entire unit. So that is why this unit becomes a master unit to score very good marks in NEET exam. So that's why I have started the first unit, that is human physiology, digestion and absorption. So I can see here Sujit has already answered 72 marks. So out of the 360 marks, 72 marks will be fetched from this unit only. यानी इसी यूनिट से आपको कम से कम 72 मार्क्स मिलेंगे. आई थिंक दिस इज अ ह्यूज नंबर, काफी बड़ा नंबर है. तो इस यूनिट पे सबसे ज्यादा फोकस करना है, क्योंकि क्वेश्चंस एनसीईआरटी बेस्ड आते हैं. क्वेश्चंस आर एनसीईआरटी बेस्ड, but at the same time there are concepts which we need to develop. What we need to do? Concepts. Yes. Okay, so let's start with today's class. I have to switch off the chat, but I will switch on the chat whenever I feel like my students are facing a lot of doubts. Okay, so let's start. Digestion and absorption. Now, before I start with this entire system, there are certain terms about digestion in the NCERT. Everybody is having NCERT. First, let me know, everybody have NCERT with them? In your hands. Yeah, your NCERT should be in your hands. Everybody. There should not be a single student in my class who does not have NCERT in his hand or in her hand. Everybody get your NCERT. I'm giving you 30 seconds. 30 seconds I'm giving you. Get your NCERT now. Because you have to mark exactly what ma'am is telling you. Each and every word ma'am is going to tell you from NCERT, and you have to mark it actually. So this way we are going to do two things. First, reading of NCERT. Second, highlights of NCERT. Okay? Great. 90% of the students have NCERT. So let's start with the first term, that is digestion. Now, what is this digestion? What do we understand with the term digestion? Digestion is a process. Digestion is a process in which you break down complex molecules into smaller molecules. Okay, so here what you are doing, you are breaking down a complex molecules into simpler molecules. These complex molecules, इन्हें क्या कहते हैं? Polymers. What do you call them? Polymers. ठीक है, जबकि इन simple molecules को what do you call them? Monomers. So the process of conversion of polymers into monomers is called as digestion. Let's take an example here. Let's take a very beautiful example here. Starch. Okay. Now I ask you, what is starch? Starch is a polymer or monomer? Come on, quick. There will be a lot of questions after every 20 seconds. There will be question asked by G Square. So you have to be very, very particular, attentive in the class. Yes. Tell me, what is a starch? Is it a polymer or it is a monomer? What is it? Last 5 seconds. 1, tick, tick, 2, tick, tick, 3, tick, tick, 4, and tick, tick, 5. Great. So starch is a polymer. Starch is a polymer. When you break this polymer, you actually produce what? Glucose. And glucose is what? A monomer. So the process of conversion of starch into glucose will be called as digestion. Okay. Now here, what kind of process is this? Since you're breaking something, the process will be called as mechanical. The process will be called as mechanical. And for this breakdown, you need enzymes. So therefore, the process is also called as biochemical. So in short, as you can see in your NCERT, digestion is a biochemical and mechanical process, because here you are breaking down the bigger complex molecules into smaller molecules. Okay, this is digestion. Now this system, digestion includes an entire system which is called as digestive system. What do you call the system? Digestive system. So in this digestive system, we start from the first part, that is your mouth. That is your mouth. which is also called as oral cavity. Okay, first the food goes into mouth. From mouth, the food goes into pharynx. Pharynx is a common passage for. Chat is on. Write down the answers. Pharynx is a common passage of. Write down the answers. I know my student know the answer. Pharynx is a common passage for food and air. Very good, Diya. Excellent, Diya. Excellent. Pooja, excellent. Atifa, Rizwa, Siddhi, excellent. Pratima. Absolutely. So pharynx is a common passage for food and air. Now the food will move into a long tube which is called as esophagus, also called as food pipe. This esophagus is 25 centimeter long. How much centimeter long? 25 centimeter long. Now the food goes into a J-shaped structure. A J-shaped structure called as stomach. Okay, where the food is stored for how many hours? In the chat box. Where the food is stored for how many hours? Yes, let me see who knows the answer. 4 to 5 hours. Garvit, absolutely good. Kalpana, Neha, Avanish, Vijay, Aditya, absolutely. Shashwati, absolutely. So in the stomach, the food is stored for 4 to 5 hours. Now, once there is a digestion, the food will go into a longest duct of your alimentary canal, which is called a small intestine. Okay, small intestine is longest, but still it is called as small. Can you tell me why? Because the diameter of small intestine is smaller as compared to large intestine. So large intestine has got larger diameter, where small intestine has got the smaller diameter. Okay, but the length is longer of small intestine. So the first C-shaped part of intestine is called as duodenum. What do you call this? Duodenum. Then the food goes into jejunum, and last the food goes into ileum. From ileum, the food finally goes into large intestine. And the first part, which is a blind sac. What is that NCERT has written? Which part you call as a blind sac? Everybody in the chat box. Shubhangi, very good. Shubhangi is very attentive in the class. Aditya, Garvita, Naina, exactly. So according to NCERT, from ileum, the food enters into cecum, and cecum is blind sac. Can you see this word, everybody in the NCERT? This is called as blind sac. Okay. Now the food from blind sac, that is cecum, it moves into ascending colon. Ascending means going up. Then it goes into a straight one. This is called transverse colon. When it goes down, it will be called as descending colon. It will be called as descending colon. Okay. Now finally it goes to rectum, anus, and finally out. Finally out. So we take in the food. Ingestion occurs through mouth. Egestion occurs from anus. Egestion means exit. Egestion means exit. From E, you have to remember exit. Okay. So the exit of undigested food occurs through anus. Ingestion means intake. Ingestion occurs through mouth. Done? Everybody done with this? Now there is a question asked by some that, ma'am, what is a blind sac? Blind sac means which has only one opening. So it was previously observed that cecum is a small blind sac with single opening, but it wasn't like that. It has got two openings, one connected with small intestine, other with colon. But when we look at the structure, when scientists, doctors look at the structure, it seemed like a blind sac with only one opening. That's why we call it a blind sac. Okay. Now can you tell me which is a vestigial organ here? Everybody in the chat box, vestigial organ. Yes, bacha log. I know you people know the answer of vestigial organ, which has lost its function during evolution. What is that? Appendix, vermiform appendix. What does this vermiform appendix contain? Yes, Kushi, what does this vermiform appendix contain? It contains symbiotic bacteria. What does it contain? Symbiotic bacteria. Yes, absolutely. It contains symbiotic bacteria. Okay. This bacteria helps in digestion, okay? But the overactivity can cause danger like appendicitis, a very chronic pain in the appendix part. That is called as appendicitis, okay? Now, looking at to the sphincter. अब हम बात करेंगे बच्चा sphincter की. What is a sphincter? In the chat box, what is a sphincter? स्फिंस्टर क्या होता है? स्फिंस्टर एक रेगुलेटर है. क्या होता है स्फिंस्टर? एक रेगुलेटर है जो एंश्योर करता है कि फूड का डायरेक्शन क्या हो, हमेशा यूनिडायरेक्शनल. क्या हो? यूनिडायरेक्शनल. ये इंश्योर करता है कि फूड का जो रास्ता है, जो रूट है, वो हमेशा एक ही डायरेक्शन में हो. ठीक है. तो सबसे पहला स्फिंस्टर कहां पे होता है? What is the name of this sphincter which is ma'am marking with the red color marker? Yes. What is the name of this sphincter? The name of this sphincter is gastroesophageal sphincter. Gastro मतलब stomach, esophageal मतलब esophagus. तो जो स्फिंस्टर ईसोफेगस और स्टमक के बीच में, उसे बोलेंगे गैस्ट्रोईसोफेजियल स्फिंस्टर. ठीक है. इसी का दूसरा नाम है कार्डियक स्फिंस्टर. The second name of this sphincter is cardiac sphincter because it is near to what is it? Dhak dhak. Dhak dhak. What is it? It is near to Seema. Absolutely. It is near to heart. Absolutely. Then, बिल्कुल सही. Then we have to see there is another sphincter which is present between stomach and small intestine. This is called as pyloric sphincter. What do you call this sphincter? This is called as pyloric sphincter. And finally, the food goes into small intestine. But there is a valve present between ileum and cecum. What is that valve? What is that valve? Ileocecal valve. What is it? Everybody with me? Ileocecal valve. What is it? Ileocecal valve. So this valve is present between ileum and cecum part of large intestine. Okay. And anus. Can anybody tell me how many sphincters are present in anus? Let's take a hotspot of this. Let's take a hotspot of this. How many sphincters are present in anus? So this is my hotspot. Let me see how many students know the exact answer. Quick. 5 seconds. 1. Tick, tick 2. Tick, tick 3. Tick, tick 4. And last. Tick, tick 5. You have to be very fast in answering these questions because these are very simple questions. 57% only. So anus has got two sphincter. One is called the internal sphincter and the outer is called as external sphincter. Okay. So it has got two sphincter, internal and external. Now, which one is involuntary? Which one is involuntary? The internal sphincter is involuntary. Can you relate these words? Internal, involuntary. So दोनों में क्या है? In और in. ठीक है. So the internal sphincter is always involuntary, which is not in our will. So the pressure is created by the body, but actually it is relieved by us. Right? Am I saying the right thing? The pressure is generated by the body because it is involuntary, but the final relaxation is achieved by us. Right? Is it right thing? Ma'am is saying correct thing here. Everybody 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Come on, be quick. Yes. Chalo, next slide pe chalte. Let's go to the next slide now. Here we have type of tooth. As we see, we have oral cavity. We had oral cavity. So as you can see, oral cavity, what does it has? It has teeth and it has a tongue. Okay. So first thing what we are going to take is the teeth. Now about the teeth in humans. First look at the type of dentition what NCERT writes. So since every student has got NCERT, the first word which is written in NCERT is diphyodont. What is it? Diphyodont. Now what you have to do, bacha log, you just have to split the word. Split the word. Di means, yes, di means two. Phyodont means dentition. It means dentition. So basically in humans, there are two set of teeth which comes in the life. The bachpan ke daant or the childhood teeth are called as milk teeth. They are called as milk teeth. And once we leave our childhood, the other one which comes for permanent for the life, they are called as permanent teeth. What they are called as permanent teeth. So since we have हमारे पास two set of teeth. How many set of teeth we have? 2 set of teeth. Therefore, the term used is diphyodont. Okay. Now, the second word which NCERT has written for this is thecodont. Now, what is thecodont? Theco means embedded. What is the meaning of theco? Embedded. Now, where it is embedded? The teeth is always embedded in the socket. Okay? Have you seen that Colgate wala ad? Have you seen that Colgate wala ad where they show cavities with the teeth and pinkish color gums? Everybody has seen that advertisement. The teeth, then they show black color cavity which is caused by bacteria and the pink color gums part. Yes, I think everybody has seen it. So the teeth is embedded into a pink color socket. This embedded structure is called as thecodont. This type of attachment of socket and the teeth is called as thecodont, which is supposed to be a very tight connection. So this is what, when the teeth is completely embedded in the socket like this. Okay. Now the third term which NCERT has used here is heterodont. Now what is heterodont? Hetero means different, don't means dentation. We have different type of teeth. What type of teeth? We have different type. Like we have incisors. Incisors is for, yes, cutting. Incisors is for cutting. Like if I want to cut an apple, I will be using my incisors. Like, okay? Canines are used for tearing. Like something I want to, cut the packet of Lay's. Have you tried this? When you want to, cut the packet of Lay's, you sometimes use this teeth like this. Have you done this? Or is it me always doing this thing? Is it me who is always doing this thing, or my students are also just like me, tearing the packets like this? Hai Yes. So these canines are used for tearing. And then we have premolars and molars, which are just for mastication purpose. That is for chewing purpose. Okay. So I think most of the students are like me only. Congratulations. You are just like G square. Okay. So we have different type of teeth with different type of function and their structure. Now the fourth term which we need to know about human dentition is they are bunodont. Bunodont. Now what is this bunodont? We have got cusp. Can you see here? 1 and 2. It has got the smooth, round to bulb-like structure. 2 smooth, bulb-like structure. That's why it is called as bunodont. It has got round cusp. 4 round cusp. That's why bunodont. So this is about human dentition. Now dental formula. What is dental formula? Half upper jaw, half lower jaw. So the teeth are 2, 1, 2, 3. In the half upper jaw, we have 2 incisors, 1 canine, 3 premolars, and 2 premolars and 3 premolars, molars. Okay? Now, what is the dental formula for milk teeth? 2, 1, 0, 2, 2, 1, 0, 2. The total number of teeth are 20. How? 5 into 2, 5 into 2. Because we took only half upper jaw. So full upper jaw will have twice the number of teeth. So this will be 20. This will be 20. Now I have a very amazing question for you here. Let me ask you a question. Ready? Everybody ready? Okay. What is the dental formula for child age 13? Okay. Option 2102, 2102, 2122, 2122, 2123, 2123, 0021, 0021. Come on, guys. Everybody has to do it very correct. I'm going to give you exactly 5 seconds here. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think everybody has answered, but by mistake, ma'am answered wrong one. So I'll do it again. Okay, let's change a little bit of questions to make it easy so that nobody gets confused here. Okay. Come on. Now mark your answers. I made it more easy for you. By mistake, I clicked the wrong option. That's why I changed the question. Come on, 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3. Tick, tick, 4. Tick, tick, 5. Let me see. Okay. Now, what is the answer? Oh, why? You must be wondering, ma'am, why? Hai na? Everybody, you must be wondering why ma'am has marked this. Because wisdom tooth appears during 18 to 25 years of age. Wisdom tooth is the last molar of upper jaw and lower jaw. Okay, so total number of wisdom tooth we have is 4. Akal dart jise kehte hain. So now my question for you people is, what will be the dental formula for a person who is 26 years of age? Now tell me the answer. Now you have to be super correct. I have explained you the entire theory. 1, tick tick 2, tick tick 3, tick tick 4, and last tick tick 5. And last tick tick 5. I think 97% of the students have answered this. Excellent. Excellent performance. Now next question, which is a very tough question. I call it my NEET bomber question. I call this question as a NEET bomber question, bacha log. So let me see who all can give me this correct question. I'm challenging you here. Okay. So the next question is, what is the dental formula of monophyodont in humans? If I explain you in an easier language, what is the dental formula for those teeth which only comes for the once in the lifetime of humans? Those teeth which only appears for the one time in the entire lifetime, not twice. So let's see who is going to take the challenge and going to give me the right answer. Let me see. Tick tick 1. Tick tick 2. Tick tick 3. Tick tick 4. And last, come on, tick tick 5. Done. I think you people are matching my speed now. 50% of the class has given the right answer. The right answer is this. Now, why the answer is this? Because premolars, if you see the dental formula of a child, it is 2102. If you see the dental formula of adult, it is 2123. Can you compare these two dental formula? What do you see? That premolars never come during the child stage, while premolars come in the adults. So premolars are the teeth which comes only once in a lifetime. And the last molar, that is wisdom tooth, also comes for the one time in the entire lifetime. So monophyodont dentition in human is 0021. Right? Clear, bacha? Tell me. Is it super clear? Rocking? Getting everything? Yes. Last 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and tick tick 5. Awesome. Chalo. Let's move on to the next slide. Now we have done all the NEET bomber questions also. Now structure of teeth. Now if you see the structure of teeth, the enamel is the hardest non-living substance which is produced by ameloblast cells. So which cells produce enamel? Ameloblast cells. And enamel, from E you have to remember. I'm giving you a trick here to remember. E stand for ectodermal in origin. E stand for ectodermal in origin. Okay. Then you have dentine. Dentine is again a second hardest substance in the body, which is produced by odontoblast cells. Which cells are producing this? Odontoblast cell. And this dentine is mesodermal in origin. It is mesodermal in origin. So the first hardest layer is ectodermal, enamel. Second hardest layer is dentine, which is mesodermal. Ectodermal, enamel is produced by ameloblast. Dentine is produced by odontoblast. Then you have a pulp cavity. अच्छा, कभी कभी ठंडा गरम लगता है? Do you feel कभी कभी ice cream is too cold or coffee is getting too hot sometime? Do you feel like that? Your teeth feel like this? Janjanahat. Have you seen that advertisement of Janjanahat? Janjana jata hai. Can you feel that sometime? Yes, I think yes. Oh my God, absolutely. So why do you have these sensations? Because calcium carbonate is inorganic material, and this inorganic material is basically non-living. So how your teeth feel like these sensations that you are drinking something very cold or you are drinking something very hot? Why? Because inside the teeth there is always a soft part which is called as pulp cavity. So inside the teeth, do you have the soft part which you call as pulp cavity? Okay, this pulp cavity contains blood vessel, nerves, and lymphatic vessels. So these nerves, when these nerves get stimulated, you actually feel like too cold, too hot. Okay, so this is called Janjanahat. Okay, which actually Sensodyne reduces it. I'm not advertising here about Sensodyne, just telling you. So cementum is a hard part, and periodontal membrane, which is going to connect this socket with the teeth. So there is a layer of periodontal membrane which is connecting the teeth with the socket, just like a cement. Okay. So this is the structure of teeth. Next we have pharynx. Now pharynx is a common passage for food and air. As per NCERT, it is a common passage for food and air. Now, why do you call this common passage? Why? Because just exactly below the pharynx, you find two tube-like structure. Okay, now I'm going to ask you a very interesting question. This is the ventral side of your body. This is your dorsal side of the body. This is my ventral side. This is my dorsal side. Which side esophagus is present? Tell me, which side esophagus is present? Let me know your basics of human physiology, that how much you know yourself. Let's leave the entire world. First let us know ourselves. है ना? प्यार व्यार तो सब धोखा है, पहले अपने आप को तो जान लो मेरे बच्चों. I can see there's a huge confusion coming up in the poll this time. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Come on. Okay, so here's the confusion. D, dorsal side. Beta, this side of the body is your esophagus. If you feel here, you can feel the cartilaginous rings. So this is trachea. So ventral side, you have trachea. Dorsal side, you have esophagus. So this common passage, the common opening for both of them is called as pharynx. This pharynx has got three parts. First is called nasopharynx, as the name suggests, which receives the opening of nose. Oropharynx, which receives the opening of oral cavity. Laryngopharynx, which contains larynx. And larynx is dash. Tell me in the chat box. Larynx is dash. जहां से स्वर निकलते हैं, जहां से वॉइस बॉक्स. दिव्या, करण, एब्सोल्युटली. Munru, Adifi, Sakshi, Trusha, Dr. Vinu. Yes, Lalita, absolutely. Awesome. Awesome here. Awesome. So it is larynx, is a voice box. Absolutely. So the pharynx has got three parts which receive nose opening. It is called as nasopharynx, which receives oral cavity opening. It is called as oropharynx. And the one receives the opening, or it contains a voice box. It is called as laryngopharynx. This you need not to do it. Walder's ring. It is not important for NEET exam. Okay. Next we have stomach. Now what is stomach? First of all, as I already told you, this sphincter is called as cardiac sphincter. This sphincter is called as pyloric sphincter. Okay. And the stomach has got many parts. First part is called as fundus. This part is called as cardiac part. What is this part called as? Cardiac part. Now, if you can see your NCERT, again, look at your NCERT. Esophagus opens into which part of stomach? Tell me. A line straight from NCERT. A line straight from NCERT. Yes, those who are having NCERT, I'll get to know now. The esophagus opens into dash part of stomach. Come on. Come on, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the last is 5. Beta, this is cardiac part. It seems like it opens into fundus, but the answer is cardiac. Just read your NCERT. Okay. So first thing, esophagus opens into cardiac part of stomach, and this fundus part with F. Now it is a trick time which ma'am is going to give you. F, remember, stores food, food storage. Another F stand for 4 to 5 hours. So here you can relate everything with F. Okay. F stand for food storage. F stand for 4 to 5 hours. This is a function of fundus. Now comes the pyloric region. This is a main region where actually digestion occurs. This is a main region where digestion occurs. Okay. Now, why digestion? We will look into the gastric glands. Like it produces Case's intrinsic factor, which is required for absorption of vitamin B12. It secretes proenzymes, pepsinogen, prorenin, enzyme gastric lipase, gastric amylase. It also secretes hormone called as gastrin. I will tell you the function when we will do gastric glands. Okay. Next, points to remember on small and large intestine. Now, what is the point which is very important to remember? The hepatopancreatic ampulla vata opens into the duodenum. Now, to understand this, let me tell you one diagram. So, will you draw the diagram with me? Tell me. Will you draw the diagram with me in your NCERT? Just in your NCERT. I'm not asking you to take out the new page and start drawing with me. No. Just in your NCERT. We will do all the important things only in NCERT today. Okay? So yes, all my students are so supportive in the class. I think you people are so excited to study. I just love this. Just be like this in the entire course. I'm going to love this. So let's start. So this is your liver, the largest gland of the body. This is liver. It has got 4 lobes. Okay. So the ducts which comes from liver are called as right and left hepatic duct. This is right hepatic duct. This is left hepatic duct. Okay. I think I marked it opposite according to my angles. Yes. So this will be left and this would be right. Then these hepatic duct joins together to form common hepatic duct. This is common hepatic duct. This hepatic duct carries what? Bile. Bile is used for fat digestion, emulsification of fat. This common bile duct, common hepatic duct, joins with a duct of gallbladder. Here is your gallbladder. Okay. So the duct which comes from gallbladder is called as cystic duct. This is called as cystic duct. And this is called as gallbladder. The function of gallbladder, anyone who can tell me in the chat box, what is the function of gallbladder? The concentration of, what is the function? It produces bile or it concentrates bile? It produces bile or it concentrates bile? Ma'am is confused. Can you help, ma'am? Stores, produce, is it? Is it? It concentrates bile because production is done by liver. Production is done by liver, but concentration is done by gallbladder. Okay, so this is cystic duct. Now, common hepatic duct and cystic duct joins to form ductus choledochus. Ductus choledochus. You can write this NCERT, which is also called as common bile duct. Just in your NCERT, label this, also called as common bile duct. Okay. Now this duct opens into pancreatic duct. So this is my pancreatic duct. Pancreatic duct, which is coming from pancreas, containing pancreatic juice. So let's draw this pancreas. Okay. Now both these ducts join to form which duct? Both these ducts joins to form hepatopancreatic duct. Now hepatopancreatic duct will contain secretion of both liver and pancreas. Now this duct swells. Swells means it bulges. This swelling part is called as ampulla of vata. This swelling part is called as ampulla of vata. Now it finally opens into duodenum. It finally opens into duodenum. Here we have a sphincter called as sphincter of Boyden. The sphincter is called as sphincter of Boyden, which is controlling common bile duct. Everybody label this in your NCERT. And here we have another sphincter which is already mentioned in NCERT, that is sphincter of the one which regulates the opening of hepatopancreatic duct. What do you call that sphincter? Who is going to tell me? Shubhangi, Shashwati, Khushi, Nipun, Sam, Sanjana, Vivek, Pragati, Prateek, Varun, Mohak, Mahalakshmi, Sanika, Lavanya wrong, Trusha, absolutely Shruti. It is called as sphincter of Oddi or Odai, whatever you say. Okay, ma'am is happy with both the words. Okay, so this is the main flow of bile and pancreatic juice into the intestine. So I think we have discussed this first important point. Jejunum, it is the middle part of small intestine. Ileum, it is thinner part and it is the longest part. This ileum also contains Pear's patches. It also contains Pear's patches. Now, what are Pear's patches? Pear's patches are aggregates of WBC. Now, what is the function of WBC? What is the function of WBC? Here, lot of WBCs, thousands of WBCs come together and form small groups. These small groups are going to do what? Immunity, fight infection. So what happens? Let us take a very general example here. If you take the example of momos. Yes, momos. You eat momos? How many of you eat momos? Tell me. How many of you eat momos? So if you eat momos, sometimes they are very dirty also. So your body has inbuilt mechanism to fight momos. Yes. Yes, absolutely. So we have inbuilt protection in the form of Pear's patches, which is going to fight infection. Okay. Next, this we have done. Now, next we have histology. Now, what is histology? This is small intestine. Let us say this is a pencil. Everybody can see this is a pencil. Can you see there's some circles out here? Circle. The outer circle. Everybody can see this? Can you see the middle black color circle? That middle black color circle is lumen. What do you call that middle black color circle? It is lumen, where food is actually present. And can you see this entire pinkish color surrounding? Everybody can see this or not? Tell me. We are going to relate this, beta. We are going to relate this with pencil. See here. In the middle part, the black part is lumen, the empty part, which contains food. The pink part, as you can see, the pink part is all 4 layers, which you can see in the diagram. So when I cut pencil like this, so I can see this. Okay, this is exactly what I'm trying to watch in this histology. Histology refers to history of a study of tissues. Study of tissues. So the central part is lumen. This lumen contains food. Food which need to be digested. Food which need to be digested. So the outermost layer of alimentary canal is called as serosa. Outermost layer is called as serosa. This serosa is made up of squamous epithelium and areolar connective tissue. Then the inner layer to this is called as muscularis. The second inner layer is called as muscularis, which contains circular and longitudinal muscle. You can see this NCERT also. Then you have submucosa. Submucosa contains loose connective tissue and the innermost layer is called as mucosa. This mucosa is basically in the contact with the food. Okay. Now here I ask a very important question. Villi. Villi are modification of which layer? Come on guys. Use little brain here. Villi are always in contact with food. So which layer is in contact with food? You can get your answer. A little common sense is required and you will get your answer straight. Which layer is in direct contact with the food? That only going to make villi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come on, quick. Absolutely, that is mucosa. So mucosa folds to increase the surface area for absorption in small intestine. Next, we have salivary glands. So we have salivary glands here in the oral cavity. Okay, these salivary glands, we have three types. The largest is called as parotid, which is present near the ear. The one which is present below the tongue, the one which is present below the tongue is called as sublingual gland. The one जो जॉ के पास होता है उसे हम कहते हैं सबमैंडिबुलर ग्लैंड. तो लार्जेस्ट कौन सा है? पैरोटिड. स्मॉलेस्ट कौन सा है? सबलिंगुअल. जो जॉ के पास प्रेजेंट होता है उसे बोलते हैं सबमैंडिबुलर. ठीक है. पैरोटिड, जो पैरोटिड ग्लैंड से डक्ट निकलती है कंटेनिंग स्लाइवा, दैट डक्ट इज कॉल्ड एज टेंसन्स डक्ट. जो डक्ट सबलिंगुअल ग्लैंड से निकलती है उसे बोलते हैं डक्ट ऑफ रिवेनस. जो डक्ट सबमैंडिबुलर से निकलती है उसे बोलते हैं वॉटर्न्स डक्ट. डन. तो ये तीन डक्ट्स है. तो इसके बेस पे salivary gland is exocrine or endocrine? Tell me. Exocrine है, endocrine है. It has got ducts. जिनके पास ducts होती हैं उन glands को क्या बोलते हैं? क्या बोलते हैं उनको? Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 60%. Seriously, इतना confusion इस बात में. बेटा, these glands are called exocrine glands because they have ducts. And ductless glands, जिनके पास ducts नहीं होती है, ductless glands को हम कहते हैं endocrine glands. ठीक है. So saliva, what does the saliva contains? Firstly, the pH of saliva is 6.8, which you can see in NCERT. It contains lot of water. 99% is water. The 1% basically contain enzyme. The enzyme is called as ptyalin or salivary amylase. This salivary amylase will cause the digestion of starch. ठीक है. Then you have thiocyanate and lysozymes. Lysozymes are antibacterial. ठीक है. So they are going to kill bacteria. Next glands we have gastric gland. Where are these glands present? Anybody in the chat box who can tell me gastric glands? Where are these glands present? Yes, anything you can relate? Anyone? Mucosa or what? Yes, Pratiksha. Pratiksha has given the right exact answer what I wanted here. Yes, Fabin. Yes, Nehil. Rizwa. Sujit. Afra. Siddhi. Mucosa of what? Mucosa of what? Tell me in the chat box. Mucosa of what? Stomach. Mucosa of stomach के glands को you call it as gastric glands. You call that as gastric glands. Absolutely correct. Absolutely. So in these gastric glands, we have chief or peptic or zymogenic cells. Now, chief peptic cells. Okay? What are they going to release? Chief peptic cells are going to release pepsinogen. The inactive enzymes are called as zymogenic enzymes. Okay? So they will release inactive enzymes, that is pepsinogen and prorenin. They will also release gastric amylase and gastric lipase. Pepsinogen for protein digestion. Oxyntic cells. Oxyntic cells also called as parietal cell. They are going to release what? HCl. Now this HCl is going to convert pepsinogen into, yes, in the chat box, HCl will convert pepsinogen into, याद नहीं आ रहा, Pepsin, Nikita, Nipun, Pooja, Apurva, Kef, Ajay. Absolutely. So this oxyntic cell is going to secrete HCl, which is going to convert pepsinogen into pepsin for dash digestion. वो dash में क्या आएगा? For dash digestion. For what digestion? Starch, nucleic acids, protein digestion. Shashwati, very good. It is going to digest proteins. Absolutely, too good. Then the second thing which is going to secrete is Cassel's intrinsic factor. That is why that is needed for absorption of vitamin B12. Deficiency of vitamin B12 leads to what? Deficiency of vitamin B12 leads to pernicious anemia. It leads to pernicious anemia. What is pernicious anemia? When the production of RBC is stopped. When the production of RBC is stopped, that is called as pernicious anemia. Okay, so vitamin B12 is very important. Mucus cells, also called as goblet cells, they are going to produce mucus. Why mucus? Because HCl is very acidic. To prevent the stomach lining, you need to have mucus. Argentafin cells, they are going to produce serotonin, which is vasoconstrictor, somatostatin, and histamine. Histamine is vasodilator. Serotonin is vasoconstrictor. And somatostatin inhibits release of gastric juice. Okay, gastrin cells are going to release hormone, that is gastrin. This gastrin will stimulate the release of gastric juice. तो somatostatin रोकता है gastric juice को निकलने से, जबकि gastric juice को secrete कराने के लिए you have gastrin coming from gastrin cells. Okay, next we have liver and gallbladder. As you can see here, we have liver. We have done this entire structure. It is the largest gland. The lobes are attached through ligament called as falciform ligament. It has got 4 lobes. How many lobes? 4 lobes. And hepatic lobules are the structural units which are going to produce bile. Okay, hepatic lobule. 1 hepatic lobule. This is 2nd hepatic lobule. This is 3rd hepatic lobule. Okay. These hepatic lobules contain cells. The cells are called as hepatocytes. What do you call these cells? Hepatocytes. And hepatocytes produces what? Bile. But the structural and functional unit is hepatic lobule. Okay? And each lobule is separated from each other through Glisson's capsule, जो किससे बना है? Fibrous connective tissue से बना है. ठीक है? आ रहा है समझ में बच्चा? Tell me. Getting it? We are doing exactly what NCERT is saying us. So we have 2 lobules which are hexagonal shaped. Both are separated from a fibrous connective tissue called as Glisson's capsule. Okay. In each hepatic lobule, you contain hepatocytes. Hepatocytes, which are going to produce what? Bile for fat digestion. Okay. Next. Liver and gallbladder. Now, gallbladder, as I already told you, it is an organ which is going to concentrate bile. And the duct which comes from the gallbladder is called as cystic duct. Then we have this entire system, which I've already explained you through hand-drawn diagram. The cystic duct and common hepatic duct joins to form bile duct. What is the name of common bile duct, ma'am told you? The other name of common bile duct. Everybody in the chat box which start with D. Yes, I told you to label this in your NCERT. The duct, the other name of duct, common bile duct, is ductus choledochus. I think a lot of students are confused with the spelling. Yes, I can see a lot of students are misspelling it, but it's okay. You people are answering this. I'm so happy, Khushi. It is called as ductus choledochus. Absolutely. Ductus choledochus. Absolutely. Yes. So this is the name of the duct which will carry the bile from both gallbladder and from liver. Okay. And the sphincter which is guarding this duct is called as sphincter of Boyden. What is the name of the sphincter? Sphincter of Boyden. Okay. Karan, please refresh. Bacha, please refresh, Karan. Now, pancreas. Now, before I start with pancreas, let me ask you a very simple question. Let me see who all can answer this. Exocrine, endocrine, or heterocrine. So, pancreas is an example of which type of gland? Come on, start. 5 seconds. 1. Tick, tick, 2. Tick, tick, 3. Tick, tick, 4. Tick, tick, 5. Absolutely, it is an example of heterocrine gland because it contains both part endocrine and exocrine. The endocrine part produces hormones. It produces hormones while exocrine part produces what? Enzymes for digestion. Enzymes for digestion. So the enzyme includes, which are secreted from pancreas, is trypsinogen, chymotrypsinogen, procarboxypeptidases, elastase, pancreatic alpha amylase, DNase, RNase, pancreatic lipase. So these are the enzymes which are produced by pancreas for the digestion of protein, fat, you have nucleic acids, and you have what? Yes, carbohydrates, everything. Intestinal glands. Now these glands, where are these glands present? In the intestine, small intestine. So the glands which are present in the intestine are called intestinal glands. The first thing is crypt of Lieberkühn. Let's see what is crypt of Lieberkühn. Yes, this is villi number 1. This is villi number 2. You can see this, the deeper parts in the NCERT. Can you see everybody this deeper part? This deeper part is called as crypt of Lieberkühn. What do you call this? Crypt of Lieberkühn. So the deeper part between two villi is called as crypts of Lieberkühn. Is called as crypt of Lieberkühn. Just wait, bacha. Let me go back to the previous slide here. Yes, this slide. So crypt of Lieberkühn secretes digestive enzyme and mucus. The mucus is secreted by the goblet cell, just like the stomach, whereas water and electrolytes are secreted by enterocytes. Enterocytes are cell of intestine. Pennant cell. This question was asked in NEET. Do you remember this question? This question was asked in NEET exam. Remember this question, everybody? Remember this question? Yes? There are a lot of students who don't even remember. Pennant cell, the question was asked in the NEET exam 2017. These Pennant cells produces lysozyme, which are antibacterial. They are going to kill all the bacteria present in the food. Argentafin, the same function as it is performing in stomach. Histamine, serotonin, somatostatin. Brunner's gland, the most important. Brunner glands are mucosal or submucosal. They are mucosal or submucosal? Tell me. One of the most important question. Mucosal or submucosal? Tell me. Mucosal or submucosal? Tell me in the chat box. What are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, and tick, tick, 5. Very important question. Yes, 75% have given the right answer. That is submucosal. So, bacha, these are the only glands which are present in submucosa, and they are part of what? Duodenum. These are only found in duodenum, and they are found in submucosa. One of the most important question for NEET. I call this as a NEET bomber, but I call this a NEET bomber question. Very important question it is. Okay. Now next, we have done this. Now digestion of carbohydrates. Let's start. But before that, I think we should do some quiz. Yes, let's start with some quiz question to increase your confidence. Now, which of the following correctly depicts a dental formula of a child? Of a child, okay? So, is option go, you can read it like this. Okay? 1, 2, 3 and go. आज का विजेता कौन बनेगा देखते हैं आज के पहले एपिसोड में विद जी स्क्वायर डाइजेशन एंड एब्जॉर्प्शन चैप्टर. आज का विजेता कौन? Who will be the winner of today's session? Quiz time बच्चा लोग, quiz time. Yes. मैं तो बहुत एक्साइटेड हूँ कि किसने अच्छे से सुना है सब कुछ. Come on. 10 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh my God, a green fastest finger list. Madhav, Hemant, Dr. Binu, Mohammad, Lavanya, Shubhangi, Nipun, Asa, Mahalakshmi, Suraj. So good. Can you see this? I am so happy right now. I'm so happy that my class has performed 95% result in the very first quiz. Absolutely, ma'am is just like flying right now. बस ऐसे उड़ती जाए मैम अभी. Okay, match the column 1 and 2. Select the correct option from the codes given below. Peptic cells produces mucus alkaline fluid, proenzyme HCl. Oxyntic cells produces HCl, proenzyme alkaline fluid, goblet cells. I think I got my answer. Let's see who are going to give me the right answer. 1, 2, 3, go. Yes, this time you have to perform really good. Ma'am told you this, right? You still have 30 seconds, Bacha. You still have 30 seconds. Do not be fast. Try to be accurate to come on the leaderboard. Try to be more accurate as to come in the leaderboard. So in today's class, Nandini was late. Karan was late. Ridhima, Ravi, Suhani, Astha, Surya, Gauri, Swapnesh, Manasvi, Supriya, Hira, Suraj, and Janvi. Beta, you were little late in the class. So be on time in the next class at 4. Tomorrow we have again a class. Be on time. Sam, Hemant, Aditya, Mohammad, Ibrahim, Lavanya, Ayushi, Mahalakshmi, and Suman. 60%. So the correct answer for this question is very simple. It is the peptic cells are going to release what? Proenzymes. Oxyntic cells, HCl. Goblet cells, mucus. Simple. Next question. Which one of the following pairs of the kind of cells and their secretion is correctly matched? Oxyntic cells, a secretion with pH 2 or 3. Alpha cells of islet of Langerhans secretion that decreases blood sugar level. Alpha cells produces what? Glucagon. Now this is a hint which can help you to solve the question. Kupffer cells are present in liver. They are macrophages. Sebaceous gland, a secretion that evaporates for cooling. 1, 2, 3, go. Yes. Come on, guys. Come on. I think last 15 seconds are left. Correctly matched. I think I got my answers so nicely. Not at all tough question. Fastest finger list. Ibrahim. I think Ibrahim is really rocking today. Rizwa, Lavanya, Rajbala, Mahalakshmi, Lavanya, and Shweta. Okay, beta, the correct answer is the A part, that is oxyntic cells, because it is going to produce HCl, and HCl has a pH of 2 to 3. This is wrong because alpha cells of islet of Langerhans secrete glucagon, and glucagon increases blood sugar. Kupffer cells are phagocytic cells of liver, cells of liver. And sebaceous glands are oil glands, which will secrete oil. So यहाँ पे it should be sweat glands. Okay, I hope you do not make this mistake again. Next, the lining of intestinal wall from outside to inside means inside is lumen, outside is, you know it better. Circular, longitudinal, mucosa, submucosa, longitudinal, circular, submucosa, mucosa, mucosa, submucosa, circular, longitudinal, submucosa, longitudinal, circular, mucosa. So 1, 2, 3, go. Come on, bacha log, come on. I think it is a bit confusing, but those who have opened the NCERT, na, they can do it. It's like cheating. Yes, I can see it. It can be like a cheating. Last 20 seconds. $95 seconds. 95% actually, not second. 2 and 1. Sam is performing really good today. Sam, Dr. Binu and Suman. I think most of the students have become the shikar of confusion. So the outermost is longitudinal, followed by circular, then submucosa, and finally mucosa. Okay? Next question. Which of the following statement is correct? Pennant cells secrete pepsinogen. I told you, NEET 2017 question. Parietal cells secrete HCl. Urgent effin cells secrete mucus. Chief cells secrete gastrin. 1, 2, 3, go. Correct. It is asking the correct one, not the incorrect one. 20 seconds to go only. 80% have answered. Now you are left with 15 seconds. So Ibrahim, Tanush, Rizwa, Lavanya, Neha, Apurva, and Sharvani. So the correct answer, bacha, is parietal cell secrete HCl is the correct answer. Pennant cell secrete lysozymes, which are antibacterial. Urgent effin cell, it should be goblet cell, which secrete mucus. Chief cell secretes what? Pepsinogen. Pepsinogen. Okay. Glissen's capsule is a characteristic feature of. लिवर में मिलता है 1, 2, 3 go. Glissen's capsule is a characteristic feature of. I think this time I'm going to get a very good result in this question. Really going to get very good result. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. मैम का काउंटडाउन पहले खत्म होता है फिर यहाँ पे खत्म होता है ना. Kalpana, my student, by reading your name, I always recall Kalpana because in 2018, the whole year I used to shout, Kalpana, do this, Kalpana, do that. Kalpana, Mohammad, Tanush, Tarun, Ayushi, Lavanya, Simran, Mahalakshmi, Apurva, and Hemant. 88. Now that's really awesome performance this time. That is mammals. Next question. Brunner's gland is present in, remember, told you with so much emphasis, liver, duodenum, esophagus, stomach. Start. Ma'am emphasized so much on this. I told you this is a NEET bomber. '88, '89. Almost going to touch 100 here. Come on, bacha, come on. Everybody has to participate. This is such an easy question. No student is leaving this question unanswered. Ibrahim, Kalpana, Avnish, Shweta, Ghanim, Tarang, Tanush, Ayushi, Atifi. 72%. So that means not listening nicely to ma'am. The answer is duodenum. Next question. Okay, examine the figure of gastric gland given below and identify the parts labeled A to D. Now, what is A? What is B? What is C? And what is D? So look at the diagram and answer. 1, 2, 3, go. I think this question will never come in the NEET exam because this diagram is not given in NCERT. And diagram-based question always comes from NCERT, never from outside NCERT. So the scope of this question in NEET exam is nil. Yes. Yes, come on. Last 10 seconds, bacha, last 10 seconds. Be quick. I think a lot of students are have unanswered this question very bad. Ibrahim, Neha, Ayushi, Swapnesh, Aditya, Atharv, and Raj. 44% have given the right answer. The first A cells are auxentic, B are chief cell, C are mucus cells, and D are urgent deafin cells. Okay, now this question is really good. Math column 1 and 2. Sphincter of any internus. Any internus. Cardiac sphincter, sphincter of Oddi, ileocecal sphincter, and pyloric sphincter. If you know other four now, you will get your answer of A. Opening of hepatopancreatic duct, ampulla into duodenum. Okay, I got the answer. Between duodenum and posterior stomach. Okay, this is, okay, got the answer. Guarding the terminal part of alimentary canal. Yes, got it. Between esophagus and anterior stomach, between small intestine and large intestine. You can easily get your answer. 1, 2, 3, go. Do not get afraid of the first A part, because if you know the other four, then you can easily match the following. Easily, because other four ma'am have told you. So getting one is not at all tough if you are sure about the other four. Yes, ma'am has given you 45 seconds to solve this question. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Avnish, Ghanem, Yashwant, Ibrahim, Aditya, Kalpana, Vivek, and Tanush. 62% have given the right answer. That is this thing. First, A is 3. Cardiac sphincter between cardiac sphincter now. This is between esophagus and anterior stomach. This should be 4. Yes. Then C is first. D is 5. And E is 2. This is your answer. Okay. So enjoy the quiz, everybody. Tell me in the chat box. Are you enjoying the class? Tell ma'am. Tell ma'am, enjoying the class? You enjoyed the quiz. I think you people have performed brilliantly in the first quiz, and I'm so happy that you people are answering one of the most important questions here, which G Square has picked personally. All the questions were picked up by me, and these are all important NEET questions. As you can see, these questions were already asked in exam also. Yes. Absolutely. Language is a problem. Anybody thinks language is a problem in the class? I think I'm using more of English, less of Hindi, so that I think everybody can communicate with me. I don't think so. Language is a barrier in this class. No problem in language. Thank you so much. If you have any problem, you can tell me, Bacha. G Square is your teacher. Just remember, G Square is your teacher. Garima Goyal. Yes, I'm your teacher. Which part of colon enters rectum? Sigmoid. The best answer, Tanush, that should be sigmoid. Yes, you will get the PDF of the session. Yes, you will get it. Leaderboard? No, we have to study first. Then the leaderboard will come. Okay? So now let us start with the new topic. Then we will do again some quizzes. So digestion of carbohydrate. Now we are starting with the next topic, that is digestion of carbohydrate, that how the digestion of carbohydrate occurs. So the carbohydrate digestion starts in the oral cavity itself. So we have salivary amylase, which works on pH 6.8. So whenever we eat starch, we chew the starch, the 30% of starch gets digested in the oral cavity itself. Okay, so this starch is converted into maltose, or its isomeric form isomaltose or alpha dextrins. Okay. Now the food which is mixed with saliva is called as what? Is called as what? Tell me in the chat box. When the food is mixed with saliva, it is called as what? It is called as bolus. Absolutely. So now the food is completely mixed with saliva with the help of tongue and teeth. This food is called as bolus, which will enter into the esophagus. In esophagus, there will be no digestion. In stomach, there will be no digestion of carbohydrates because the pH is very low. Now the digestion will again begin in, yes, the digestion will again begin in small intestine. Now what will happen in the small intestine? First, the pancreatic juice will work. The pancreatic juice contains pancreatic alpha amylase. It contains pancreatic alpha amylase, which is again going to split the starch into maltose. Now the maltose is made up of glucose, glucose. To split the maltose, you need maltase. For isomaltose, you need isomaltase. For sucrose, girlfriend. ठीक है? That is glucose and fructose. The trick to remember this is girlfriend. Yes, sucrose is sugar. Sucrose is sugar. Sugar is sweet. Sweet girlfriend. What is the trick to remember? Astha, sweet girlfriend. The trick to remember is sweet girlfriend. Sweet means sucrose. Girlfriend mane glucose and fructose. ठीक है? You will always remember this now. Everybody wants a very sweet girlfriend. Okay, so sweet girlfriend, sucrase is the enzyme which is going to act on sucrose, lactose, lactase will work on this, and alpha dextrinase, which will give you glucose. Yes, so we have these enzymes. So firstly, the digestion. Come on, quick revision. Everybody has to answer with G square. The digestion of carbohydrate begin in oral cavity. It begins in oral cavity. In oral cavity, there is an enzyme which is called as salivary amylase, which is going to split starch. 30% of the starch is digested in the oral cavity. Now this bolus move into esophagus, then it goes into stomach. No activity, but finally the activity of carbohydrate starts in small intestine. First, the pancreatic amylase will split it, and finally, the intestinal juice enzyme is going to split them. Maltose into glucose, glucose, isomaltose, glucose, glucose, sucrose, sweet girlfriend, glucose, fructose, lactose, glucose, and galactose. Okay, got it, everyone? I told you again also. Next. Next, we have protein digestion. Now, the protein digestion never starts in oral cavity. Never. It starts from stomach because stomach has got the enzymes for protein digestion. So, pepsinogen is converted into pepsin with the help of HCl. This pepsin acts on proteins, converting them into peptones and proteoses. Prorenin in infants. It is released only in infants, secreted in infants, छोटे बच्चे. Okay, prorenin is converted into renin by again the activity of HCl. This renin is going to convert milk protein casein into paracasein. This paracasein binds with calcium to form calcium paracaseinate, and finally it is converted into peptones. So what is happening in the stomach? Two enzymes are chiefly responsible: pepsinogen, prorenin. Pepsinogen in adults, prorenin in infants. Both going to digest what? Proteins. Digestion of protein in small intestine. Now when the food comes into the small intestine, trypsinogen. Where does this trypsinogen comes from? Anybody in the chat box who can tell me? Where does this trypsinogen comes from, this inactive enzyme? Some? Pancreas, Rizwa, Trusha, Ajay, Atifi, Neha, liver, फेबिन. हर चीज लिवर होती है फेबिन की. Yes, it comes from pancreas. So trypsinogen is converted into trypsin. आस्था आप याद कर लो बेटा, ठीक है? So trypsinogen is converted into trypsin by the activity of enzyme enterokinase, which comes from small intestine. This trypsin converts chymotrypsinogen into chymotrypsin, procarboxypeptidases into carboxypeptidases. Proteins are broken down into dipeptides by trypsin, peptones into dipeptides, proteoses into dipeptides. आप कहोगे कि मैम इसी के साथ ही खेलती रहती है अपने. Proelastase into elastase, elastin into dipeptides. So basically we have broken the protein chain into dipeptides with the help of all these enzymes. And finally, these dipeptides are broken down by aminopeptidases and dipeptidases. These are intestinal juice. Correct this. And we get what? Amino acids. Got this, everybody? Now let us start with little more quiz here. Let's start with the quiz. I think you people are very excited for the quiz thing. Let's start. Okay, which of the following statement is incorrect? Brunner's gland are submucosal. Irregular folds of gastric mucosa called rugae. Glissen's capsule is a connective tissue sheet of hepatic lobule. Mesothelium or serosal lies in close proximity to the circular layer of muscularis. 1, 2, 3, go. Yes. Da na 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 na. Yes, bacha, everybody. Four seconds, last 4 seconds. I think this question is really simple. Ibrahim, Simran, Aditya, Kalpana, Lavanya, and Madhav. The option is last, bacha, because it should be longitudinal, not circular. Okay. Next, you have to match them. Beta cells produces hormone. Okay, got it. Mast cell produces. Okay. Pennant cell produces. Done. Acinar cells produce. Okay. 1, 2, 3, go. Eka, okay. Mika, done. Sika, done. Oh, wow. That's really nice. Class is performing good. Class is performing good. 10 seconds to go. Everybody, 10 seconds to go now. Tanush, Lavanya, Apurva, Shweta, Parinita, Garvita, Jessie, and Rohit Kashyap. Excellent. The answer is 6. C. Why? Beta cells are the cells of islet of Langerhans in pancreas, which produce insulin, reduces the blood sugar level. Mast cell produces histamine. Pennant cell produces lysozymes, and acinar cell produce pancreatic enzymes. So here we have the leaderboard for today. Congratulations. I knew it. On the top, we'll have Ibrahim because he has performed really good. Lavanya, Neha, Shweta, Garvita, Suraj, Tanush, Aditya, Vivek, Atifi, Mahalakshmi, Sanjana, Karan, Khushi, and Kalpana. Everybody has done so well. So did you see the leaderboard, bacha? Everybody? Yes, you can chat in the chat section. I've on the chats. Everybody saw the leaderboard? Yes? Beta, you got your stars? Okay, top students के तो यहाँ दिख जाते हैं, मुझे बाकी बच्चों का नहीं पता. Yes. Okay, after every quiz question, did you get stars? Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you so much, bacha. Yes, you will get the PDFs. Yes. You can also watch this session again. You can also watch the session again. Everything will be provided. Yes, you got your stars, right, Shohini? I can see students are telling me the number of stars they got. That is your score of the day. Yes. On the app only. You will get the PDF on the app only, bacha. Yes. Okay, so I think it's really lovely. Yeah, that's all for today. We are going to cover the rest of the digestion and absorption tomorrow at 4. So everybody has to come here. Beta, Sujit, question answer panel tha. Aapne usme doubts पूछे? Did you ask the doubts in the question answer panel today? Yes, are your questions answered? Answer मिले आपको? So you can ask there, and this is a time when you can ask G Square also your doubts. Yes, this is the time we can interact. About last question, yes, Ishika, tell me this question. Ma'am, so how we watch the class in landscape mode? ऐसे करके ये नहीं हो जाएगा सूरज, ये वाला टेक्निकल डाउट है. मैम, हाउ डज मिल्क प्रोटीन डाइजेशन टेक प्लेस इन एडल्ट? बेटा आदित्य, बचपन में प्रोरेनिन काम करता है, बट मिल्क डाइजेशन का बड़े होकर काम पेप्सिन करता है आदित्य. यस. डू लिवर हैव पावर ऑफ रीजनरेशन? यस हेमंत, बिल्कुल, इट हैज अ हाईएस्ट पावर ऑफ रीजनरेशन. लेट आ रहे थे बेटा, फिर ये तो नेटवर्क का इश्यू है. कल भी क्लास होगा, देयर विल बी क्लास एवरी डे. कफर सेल क्या होते हैं वीनू? कफर सेल्स मैक्रोफेजेस होते हैं, बड़े बड़े सेल्स होते हैं जो बैक्टीरिया को एनगल्फ कर लेते हैं. अच्छा, 13 ईयर चाइल्ड का मोस्ट प्रोबेबली देखो वो ना मिडिल स्टेज है, तो आप उसमें 2, 1, 2, 2 भी ले सकते हो. दैट्स व्हाई चेंज द क्वेश्चन, क्योंकि 13 ईयर का श्योर नहीं होता बच्चा. यस. Yes, Lavanya. I have covered all the NEET bombers. If you practice all the previous year question papers after this session, you will be able to solve maximum question. That is my promise. Nucleases in pancreatic juice act on nucleic acid. कल सुबह 11 बजे कौन सा टॉपिक है? कल हम YouTube पे मॉलिकुलर टेक्निक्स करेंगे बच्चा. मैं एमनियोसेंटेसिस ये सब पढ़ाने वाली हूँ. न्यूक्लिक एसिड टू फॉर्म न्यूक्लियोटाइड एंड न्यूक्लियोसाइड रिटन इन एनसीईआरटी. बिल्कुल सही तनुष, दिस इज अ राइट स्टेटमेंट रिटन इन एनसीईआरटी. न्यूक्लियेजेस न्यूक्लिक एसिड पे काम करते हैं, तो उन्हें ब्रेक करते हैं न्यूक्लियोटाइड और न्यूक्लियोसाइड्स में. ह्यूमन स्कल हार्ड होता है, ह्यूमन टीथ. लेजेंड 284, उसका आंसर है टीथ. हाँ, मैं यूट्यूब पे भी टीच करती हूँ. कलरेशन क्यों होता है स्टूल्स में? ओके, ये हम कल करने वाले थे, मैं बता देती हूँ. इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ द बाइल जूस, बाइल पिगमेंट्स. प्रतीक्षा, द आंसर इज बाइल पिगमेंट्स. कल 9 बजे मैम कौन सा लेक्चर है? एवोल्यूशन पे होगा. 99 सीरीज, 99% सीरीज. चैनल का नाम बताओ प्रतीक्षा. मनस्वी, मुझे बताना पड़ेगा अब चैनल का नाम. सब बताओ उनको चैनल का नाम. आई नीड टू टेल द नेम ऑफ द चैनल. इज इट? यस, माय स्टूडेंट्स आर प्रो इन दिस. Vedantu NEET Made Easy channel. Absolutely. That is called the true students. Yes. Yes, Sujit. Yes, Rohit. Ma'am, what are mast cells? बेटा mast cells ना आपको मिलते हैं एरियोला कनेक्टिव टिश्यू में, लूज कनेक्टिव टिश्यू में, जो हिस्टामिन सिक्रीट करते हैं, सेरोटोनिन और हेपारिन सिक्रीट करते हैं. वीनू, बस स्पैम मत करो, स्पैम मत कर, ब्लॉक हो जाएगा. नहीं नहीं नहीं, डोंट डू दैट. आई एम फ्रॉम दिल्ली. Oh, is it Astha? Oh my God, Astha. Sphincter of OD क्या होता है? Sphincter of OD हिपैटोपेनक्रियाटिक डक्ट को रेगुलेट करता है, उसकी ओपनिंग को ड्यूडेनम में. यस शिल्पी, थैंक यू सो मच. अब आपको एक छोटा सा काम करना है मेरे बच्चों. यस, सकस एंटेरिकस क्या होता है? द जूस ऑफ इंटेस्टाइन इज कॉल्ड एज सकस एंटेरिकस. द जूस ऑफ इंटेस्टाइन. ओके, यस. चलो बच्चा, कल भी हमारी क्लास है. कल आई एम गोइंग टू टेक मोर नंबर ऑफ डाउट्स. डू नॉट वरी, वी विल कवर द डाउट सेशन टुमारो आल्सो. ठीक है, आई विल बी देयर. सो जाते जाते फीडबैक देना मत भूलना. एवरीबॉडी हैज टू प्रोवाइड द फीडबैक. ओके, चलो बाय बाय, टेक केयर. लाइसोजाइम्स एंटीबैक्टीरियल होते हैं, बैक्टीरिया को मारते हैं. जाते जाते भी डाउट्स बता रही है मैम. बाय बाय.